Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're doing great. So let's talk about what's been going on in this one. The first big fix that caught my attention was the issue that had Xbox players tearing their hair out for weeks. Split screen desync. You know that annoying bug where the second player's account would just disconnect or stop syncing properly mid-session? That's been patched out. Finally, it was one of those persistent issues that made local co-op sessions frustrating, especially when you're building or exploring with friends on the same couch, and suddenly one of you can't access your stuff. Now it's stable again, and the multiplayer flow feels a lot more reliable. Another noticeable fix comes down to how textures and add-ons behave when switching graphics modes or using certain shaders. Previously, you'd get weird moments where resources wouldn't load correctly or textures would just vanish out of nowhere, especially in split screen or after tweaking settings. That invisible compass glitch? Gone. Add-on resources disappearing mid-game? Also gone. The visual consistency is definitely smoother now. It's not flashy, but these small cleanups really add up when you play regularly and don't want to keep restarting your world to fix weird visuals. There were also several crash fixes rolled into this patch, and honestly, it feels like a quiet but major step in stability. One recurring crash had to do with too many entity effect commands firing off at once, which would overload the system. This was especially noticeable for creators running complex command block systems or custom maps. Now it holds up better under pressure, and you can really feel that extra layer of stability in redstone-heavy builds or those chaotic mob farms. You can tell Mojang's been digging deep into back-end performance because general responsiveness feels snappier. Players on Nintendo Switch will be happy too because that annoying bug where the Realm's purchase screen would freeze up has been addressed. It might sound small, but if you've ever tried to manage your Realms subscription from the Switch version, you know how irritating that was. Now it's fixed, so you can get in and out of menus without crashes or endless loading loops. On Windows, there were also a few tweaks to input handling and camera scrolling that had been off for a bit. Those subtle stutters when you looked around or navigated through UI elements should be gone now. It's smoother, more responsive, and just feels more natural when building or mining. What's cool is that this update doesn't try to change the balance or introduce new content. Instead, it feels like a cleanup patch meant to make the current experience more seamless. Sometimes those are the most important ones because they tighten up all the tiny cracks that start to show over time. Whether you're someone who builds massive cities, experiments with redstone contraptions, or just spends hours exploring, you'll notice the difference in the way the game runs. It's less about what's new and more about what finally works right. And that's something every Minecraft player can appreciate. Performance-wise, the update feels more consistent overall. Chunk loading seems smoother, particularly on consoles, and the frame drops that occasionally happened when loading big structures are reduced. It's subtle, but when you've played as long as we all have, you can tell when something just feels more stable. The load times on startup are slightly improved too. It boots up a bit quicker and gets you into your world faster. It's that kind of refinement that makes you realize Mojang's not just adding features, but keeping the foundation solid for everything that's coming next. So yeah, Update 3.29 might not have wild new mobs or crazy biomes, but it's the kind of update that makes Minecraft feel better to play day in and day out. It fixes those small but nagging problems that don't always make headlines, but definitely improve the overall quality of the game. If you're playing with friends, especially locally on console, or if you rely on custom add-ons, this patch is going to make your life easier. It's not about big announcements, it's about small improvements that keep the game running as strong as ever. Mojang continues to do that background work to make sure Minecraft stays as reliable as we expect. And honestly, that's something worth appreciating every single time they push an update like this.